Alright guys, this is a slight commentary audio fail in this episode for some strange and unknown reason. So I'm doing it after the fact there, because it was just, I tried to fix it, way too hard to fix. Nightmarish. But rather than try to re-record the entire episode, because in fact I already stated past it, because I thought the video came out fine, which it looked like it did, but apparently it didn't. So yeah, I'm just going to redo this. We're going to use the lute on Unne here, so she gets up. And, yeah. Garbage. Garbage. Just, oh, God, maddening. I should have had some kind of idea that something bad was going to happen when the first recording, like 2.5 minutes in, the recording timer just stopped, and usually that means it's erroring out and whatnot, and So, yeah, there's Unne's awake now, and she's going to do her wake-up exercises, which is her jumping around for 20 minutes. Yet somehow, despite the fact she's on top of the rock, she still went through the secret passage. And ta-da! Unne of the Dream World. Yep, she's awake. And of course she knows about everything we've done, because dreams. Because news travels faster than you do, and our next task is to get the great ship out of the ancient ruins in the north. It can cross mountains, finally, and she's coming with us. Hooray! We get the new party member music that you can't hear. That I can't hear either, but... Yep. And she gives us the third fang, the fire fang, which will go along with the wind and the water fang that we've been pretty much holding on to for the entire part of the game. And you could, at this point, if you wanted to save inventory space, go to where the statues are and use those fangs, but I'm not gonna. That was me checking my inventory there. And we're just gonna get in the Nautilus and fly this way. And here we are. No, there it is. Okay. And we're back and going inside the ancient ruins, finally. Now, in this dungeon, there are a lot of enemies that split. And if you wanted to, you could... there's a battle with the Pyralis. It doesn't do much, just hits very hard. It goes down quite easy, actually. Debating what spell to use on it. I think I will settle on, yeah, Ice 3. I believe it has a weakness to ice. That was me describing that I went to Dorga's village again with the money and got Break 2 and Quake for turnips, as well as Heal and Wall for Joey there. So they're all pretty much caught up on all their spells, which will help out that I don't have to spend 40,000 more gil later. But that's the paralysis thing. It just doesn't do anything. There's adamantite in the cave. Well, you're not doing a very good job, since you're at the entrance. Oh, okay. So you guys are... Rather than try to, help them, you're just going to stand there? Rock of the Dream World. Cleft of the... Game, really? Is this the precursor to that whole time compression thing you do about 10 years later? Actually, what was this? 91? So... 9 years later? 8 years later? Yeah, we're just going to keep going here. That was just some dragon zombies. They're the same enemies you fought if you went to the underground or the undersea cavern. You just fight them here in greater numbers, usually 2 a battle, which is pretty good. And we get another reflect mail that I'm going to hold on to for later. 2500 EXP a battle is pretty solid, for monsters that aren't that hard to kill. And here, that's the stairs right there where you want to go, but if you go up here, there's a little makeshift town. This is, I guess, their advanced party, and there's merchants here that are selling weapons and armor from somewhere. Get out of my way, people. Well, I have a feeling something extraordinary lies up your booty. That was mean. I apologize. Standard item shop there. Nothing new. There's your inn, which makes this cave a pretty good level grinding spot. At least at the top, where you fight Paralysis and zombie dragons, because they are worth a lot of experience. And there's not a free inn, but there's an inn right here. That just sells a lot of the treasures you got from the undersea cave, like the Triton hammer and another defender sword, in case you didn't have two already. This sells the diamond equipment, which I'm going to, I think, check my inventory there, because I'm going to want enough equipment to equip 4 heavy, for one battle, 4 heavy armor using job classes. I have 1 reflect mail, 2 diamond armor, so I'm pretty much set there. I need 3 of everything, because I obviously have my own equipment, so I need 2, I realize I need 2 diamond helmets and 2 diamond gauntlets. So I'm going to try to buy them. But 2 diamond helmets, and then I realize I'm not going to have enough money. So yeah, let's see if I can sell anything here. The Triton hammer, which gives me barely enough, but I don't like being barely at anything, so I'm going to pass on it for now. In the original commentary, I made a mention about holding on to the dragon claw, because you were going to get another claw later. What I didn't realize is that other claw doesn't actually have a high damage rating, it just inflicts the confused status, which is rather pointless against most enemies, so... Like, the ones you need to confuse are the ones who are immune to it, so what's the point? So you could have sold the dragon claw and the cat claw. Alright, this floor just contains 4 rooms that are single treasure chest rooms. Note to self, next time you're going to have to post-commentate, cut out the random battles you're not going to be talking in first. Because this whole sitting there watching like a minute and a half and being silent is... that was me checking to see if he had a black belt equipped, which he did. Yeah, turnips with a Fire 3 spell can pretty much one-shot a zombie dragon. And they have about 1900 HP, so he's pretty powerful if you stuck with him as a black mage pretty much this whole game, Other people say you don't need magic to run to this game, and really you don't. But it helps if you like using it in certain situations. I imagine you can get by very well without one. And we get a rune bell just for the Geomancer job class. And Turnip caught up, and everybody's level 33 now, which I believe that both me and B-Dude are now hitting 10 hits apiece, which makes us even more of physical powerhouses than we were. This is the Elven Claw. All it does is it has a chance of inflicting confuse on an enemy when you hit them with it. It has very... here's the first splitting enemy, Azrael. They split just to split, so you don't need to worry about trying to attack them, or trying to make sure that you kill them, because, well, they're going to split regardless. Yeah, see, 10 hits right there. The thing about the Elven Claw is that it has low attack power compared to the other claws in the game, so unless you really, really like confusing people... I try to show off Quake again. It doesn't actually work out this time either. See, B-Dude kills that one. And then I come over and like, hack, dead. Azrael's gone. And that's the first splitting enemy. They split just on a whim. And the splitting enemies, the sucky thing about the splitting enemies is that they can't honestly be worth too many experience points, because then you could easily level grind here by just running into one group of them and basically just beating them until, letting them split and whatever and all that stuff. So yeah, all that nice things there. And the path pretty much from here on out is just straightforward. There's no real tricks. There's no side paths for treasure. It's not even anymore. How profitable can a battle with And Azrael B, well, I killed about 14 of them. I only got 880 XP, but I got about 11,000 gil. So yeah. And here we have the Eater enemy. This is again, I think this is one of the bosses you could fight in the underground, not the underground area of. What am I trying to say? The undersea cave. Where there's another splitting enemy there. But again, they die easily. Especially when you bolt them in the face. And they split, which I'm pretty sure that was the bottom one splitting. So he was already hurt, which is good. I realized I didn't want to actually use my fire spell charges there, so. Alright, there's my build-up attack there. Did a ton of damage. His standard attack there didn't kill it, but now it's pretty much crippled, so if it splits, like I think it just did, it's not going to affect it much. And we kill it. That cursor you just saw was something happened during the video where the timer stopped for like a minute. And what happened, it was just a hiccup in the recording, so you didn't see it obviously because I didn't do anything while it was hiccuped, but you know. And here we have Cyrenos and I think it's Garb. Wait, is this the hiccup? I think maybe this is the hiccup. I don't remember. I'm just gonna cut until it starts moving again. All right, we're back. Are we? Yeah, we're back. Sorry about that. The Garbs and I think the Cyrenos and the Garbs, both these enemies, they split when you hit them. Like he's gonna lose 259 HP and then split. So that's the same Garb with the same max HP, but you know 259 less. The next one has about 600 less. That's the Almighty Quake spell. That really doesn't do anything. It got rid of the original Garb, which is okay. But the Cyrenos, I don't think actually physically attack, so like I don't know if they split or not. I'm pretty sure they do. Don't quote me on that one. Best part is you're playing along, hit it once, see what happens. He should just be dead. There we go. He should hit him, and he's not going to die. Yeah, so it brings out another one. The other one is down about 700 HP, so not to worry too much about it. And final Quake spell should get rid of everybody but that one lone Garb. There we go. And since it's crippled, we pretty much just kill it by just killing it. I think I'm going to cast a weak fire spell at it. Or no, Bolt 2. That'll work. Joy's almost out of Cure 2 charges. There we go. So that's those two enemies, and of course I demonstrated them in a back attack, and what happens in a back attack, your hit percentage just shriveled. So yeah, basically I couldn't kill it, I had to just hit it for a while. But I think we're almost there. And we have a Deathclaw, which is a carbon copy of that same monster that we fought in the undersea cavern in one of the treasure chests. So if you went there first, it was a nice little preempt on what you were going to face down in the lower levels of this area. And again, he also splits when attacked. But this should just kill him. There. So yeah, if you went there first, Sorry, Terrence, I mean to make you waste that. But if you, if you went here first and figured that out and then went out there, then you could go, hey, I know these guys. So, either way. Much more annoying here than they are there, I'll tell you that much. And we get another black hole. Black hole, as an item, casts a Dispel spell, which dispels a barrier or protect or something like that. So not too useful, but, if you want to use them, you can. I don't know any enemy that starts really with that. And we made it to the ship. Now it's time to take the wheel and get going. Yeah, let's get out of here. Look at that big behemoth. Oh, yeah. Another airship. It's our fourth airship of the game. First one, we rammed into a rock and blew it up. Second one got shot down. Alright, and you never technically land this airship. You press the button, you go into here. You go down that ladder, your airship will drop you off on the ground, wherever, and there will be a shadow there. If you step into the shadow, you make it back on the airship. It has several shops as quote-unquote vending machines. It has a bed that you can rest at. It comes with its own fat chocobo. Pretty much, it's a lot like the great ship in the next game, except it has shops. And our next task is to go to the Dark Cave of Darkness, north of Amur, to find the Earth Fang, the final Fang, the one we don't have yet. And then go back to Dorga's house. So, I try to step on the rest on the top of the bed, and then realize, no, we like to sleep at the foot of the bed like dogs. Alright, so we're good to go. I'm going to drop some stuff off at the Fat Chocobo. I think I drop off the diamond equipment. I drop off the heavy armor equipment. I'm realizing right now that I never used the rune bow or the Medusa arrows. But there is another cave with more enemies that split. So here's your standard item shop. In addition to most of the items it normally sells, it also sells otter heads, which cast the escape spell, as well as midget breads, which cast the sight spell. So I'm gonna sell the chakra and the black belt, the rune bell that I'm not gonna use, the 2 claws that I don't need. I think that's it. Yeah. Now I'm gonna go deposit my heavy armor with the chocobo here, because I'm going to save it for a certain boss fight in the near future. As well as I think I'm dumping off the holy arrows and the spear. And then I'm going to go buy I'm going to check the shops out. It sells all the diamond equipment as well as the white, black robe and the Gaia robe. I'm going to buy another diamond gauntlet to finish off the set there. The weapon shop just sells a defender sword, a great axe, the second tier of books, Illumina, Inferno, and Blizzard for your scholar there. Yoichi arrows, which are sort of useful if you run with a hunter, but if you don't, I mean, they're kind of just useless, because only Turnips really uses, in my party anyway, he can actually use arrows, and you can't really use a decent bow with them, so that even having a high-powered arrow is a little pointless. Drop off the diamond thing, and that's it. Now I'm going to rearrange my inventory here. I'm going to put the ancient sword near the top, so it's always within reach. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do for the rest of the episode. Next episode, I'm going to head to the town that I mentioned before that I want to go. And that's it. So thank you for watching. Thanks for joining the Derp, and good night.